Coverage you can count on. King 5 News at 6:30.
Welcome back to King 5 News. Puget Sound whale watchers are celebrating the birth of a new orca. A calf was spotted in the waters off Burien this week.
And we have the first baby pictures. King 5's Gary Chittum shows us and explains why so much is riding on the little orca.
I got whales all around me. This is incredible.
Whale researcher Mark Sears was just videotaping some of the Puget Sound's 78 killer whales this week. That's when he got a big surprise.
There's got to be a new calf there they're dealing with.
Make that 79 killer whales. Look closely and you'll see the tiny dorsal fin poking up between the giant ones. Back in our studios, Sears showed us how members of all three Puget Sound pods showed up around the new baby. It's almost like they were celebrating the new addition.
All the animals were very close by. The focal point of this whole resting period seemed to be this calf.
And if the whales aren't celebrating, whale protectors are.
It's momentous, it's great news. We're very cautious though. It's a difficult time to have a baby and to bring a baby up at this time of year.
And the experts have seen this before. New babies raising numbers and hopes, only to die off shortly after birth. The Puget Sound population dove from a high of 99 orcas in 1995 to 78 this year. Pollution, declining food fish numbers, and increased human traffic are listed as possible causes.
You can see that the elder females here suspending the calf between them. Right in the middle there.
But for now, it's a time for happiness. The old female whales doting over the new arrival, and the experts nervously smiling, hoping the tiny fin among the huge ones represents a rebound for the Puget Sound killer whales. In Seattle, Gary Chittum, King 5 News.
Well, the experts won't give us any odds on the baby's chance of survival. They say there are simply too many factors involved, but they also say at this point they have to be optimistic.
Puget Sound has a new arrival tonight. Yep, a baby orca. Whale watchers spotted a newborn killer whale near Vashon Island on Monday. The man says he saw half a dozen orcas like these swimming with the calf. Well, researchers say a baby orca is good news, since 3 out of 4 calves born in the Sound in recent years have died.
Signs of life for the Puget Sound orca population. If you look closely, you can see a baby orca swimming in this killer pod of whales near Burien this week. Marine experts are optimistic the baby will survive. The newborn makes it 79 orcas in Puget Sound.
And baby's asking Mom, it's rainy and gray. Is this the way it always is around here?
Yep, every day in the ocean.
Oh, come on, they don't care.
Better than any movie, a great show in the waters off Vashon Island, where cameras caught a glimpse of the newest and smallest member of one of the Puget Sound's orca whale pods. Whale watchers say it is a good sign. The government is considering listing the Sound's orcas as threatened because of their declining numbers in recent years.
Signs of life for our orcas. Yet another baby spotted in Puget Sound. New signs that Puget Sound's orca population may be making a comeback.
Coming up, a second baby orca shows up in the Sound. We have the new baby pictures. Excitement off Seattle waters today.
We'll bring you a close-up look at something you rarely see these days. Not one, but 2 baby orcas.
Do you remember last week when researchers announced the discovery of a new baby killer whale in Puget Sound? Upon closer inspection, they're revising that announcement. There are actually 2 new orcas. King 5's Gary Chittum has pictures of the new calves and their proud pods.
At the West Point Green Buoy, right at the buoy, and I've got Jake coming up here.
Researcher Mark Sears thought he caught a glimpse of a second baby killer whale, but he needed a closer look. How's this for close? Sears got right on top of all 3 Puget Sound pods, J, K, and L, as they traveled together this week. They call that a super pod. He needed proof of the second calf. It didn't take long for him to be rewarded.
The calf will be coming up right beside.
That's about as good of a picture as you will ever see of a newborn orca in the wild. Close enough to identify the baby and its mother. Sears also got shots of the other calf. Proof positive, 2 new babies for a dwindling Puget Sound population. Remarkable pictures. And what makes those pictures even more remarkable is they weren't shot off in some distant waters or even up in the San Juans. Those whales are living and breeding in the Puget Sound right off Seattle. Look at this, 60, 70, maybe 80 whales right in front of the Seattle skyline.
Well, these are the urban orcas, if there ever were. Cruising by Seattle is pretty unique.
But living next to a major city also poses a threat. Years of industrial development in the Sound produce the toxins experts feel help reduce the Puget Sound pods from nearly 108 years ago to just 80 today. The new ones face several challenges, but Sears likes their healthy looks and their chances. And for now, he'll just relish his close encounter with the calves and their proud pods. In Seattle, Gary Chittum, King 5 News.
Researchers will keep a close eye on the new calves this winter and say if they can survive until springtime, their chances will greatly improve.
A whale of a discovery in Puget Sound, another baby orca found in northwest waters.
Number 1 at 6:30. With coverage you can count on. King 5 News at 6:30.
It turns out there are at least 2 new orcas swimming Puget Sound's waters. We first told you last week about the orca calf whale researcher Mark Sears spotted near Burien. Now a closer look by Sears shows 2 calves among the 3 Puget pods traveling together in what's called a superpod.
Anytime there's a baby being born, it's a happy thing, but we have to be cautious.
Researchers find another new baby orca whale in Puget Sound. Ahead, what this means for the future of the endangered animals. New tonight at 6:30, more encouraging news for our local orca whale population.
Researchers are celebrating the birth of another baby to our local killer whales. KIRO 7 Eyewitness News reporter Penny Legate joins us live now with what she's learned. Penny?
Well, Steve, it is a very hopeful sign, although researchers say they are remaining cautiously optimistic. But it is confirmed. Another new calf swimming with our local killer whales, and it is the second one to appear in less than a week.
Don't blink, and you'll see a tiny baby orca surfacing near its mother. The newest baby discovered in the pods that swim Puget Sound.
Good shot, good shot.
Just last week, another new calf was spotted in the same group of killer whales. You can see the tiny dorsal there between the 2 grown-ups. Both discoveries were made by Mark Sears.
And they started swirling around, and that's when I noticed the calf.
Scientists don't know yet if these new babies are male or female, but now know that one was born to the K pod, the other to L. J, K, and L being the 3 pods that make up the southern residents.
There's the calf right there.
Researchers have seen this before. New babies, new hope. Only to see the calves die shortly after birth.
1995, we had 99 whales out here, and just recently we got down to 78 whales. So if you do the math, that's a very dramatic decline.
Pollution, lack of food, and boat traffic are all possible causes. But survival also depends on parenting. Harris says one mother has a good track record, raising 3 calves already to adulthood, but the other mom does not. Only time will tell.
We've got hope. We have to have hope.
An orca calf only has a 50-50 chance of surviving its first year of life, and Orca Conservancy is keeping tabs on these newest babies on their website. Just go to KIROTV.com for a link.